I wanted to take a look at the independent voters in the election for November 2018 and see if it looks like they will get out and vote more. Statistics that I've seen show that only about 70% of independent voters vote in a regular election, and it's probably even a higher rate that don't vote in midterms. So, in light of everything that's been going on politically, I wanted to see if those independent voters are going to be moved to get out and vote this time. So, I'm using the Rider-Waite deck this morning. And I've got cards flipping out like crazy today. So I'm going to do a signifier on top. Nostalgia. I think this might also represent the younger adults who also don't tend to vote at a high rate. A lot of the younger adult voters are also undeclared as either Democrat or Republican, so a lot of them are independent. So I think we're going to see a much higher number of, or what this reading is going to focus on is maybe the younger adult voters. In the past, the Hermit, the independent voters have kept to themselves, stayed in, haven't gotten out and voted. In the present, the World card, completion of a cycle, looking at world events, maybe not liking what they're seeing and wanting to be a part of helping to make those decisions. In the future, Page of Cups. I definitely feel this is the younger voters that the reading is pulling out. In the past, the Seven of Pentacles focused on money and work, maybe has led them to stay in and not vote. But they're also looking at what we're about to harvest, and maybe that's concerning them. In the present, moving forward, it's a burdensome journey, but they're trying to help us move forward to calmer waters. In the future, looking at the illusions that are going on in our politics. In the past, looking to their futures, looking overseas and global influences. Feeling stabbed in the heart. It's heartbreaking for them to watch what's going on. In the future, bonding and reciprocating, looking at agreements that are made, maybe not liking the illusions of those agreements that have been made. Do one more row. In the past, the apprentice card, they've been hardworking in the past. Getting out into the workforce. In the present, the gifts of money that have affected our politics, looking at corporations and big money that have influenced our elections and influenced what our Congress and senators have been doing. And wanting to bring information out in the future on that big money and what it has done to our government. And one final card for the overall reading. The Page of Swords. Wanting to fight, the youth wanting to fight for what's right and fight for the truth. So I would say this reading definitely shows maybe not as much of the older independent voters, but definitely the youth and the nostalgia for where our country has been and where it could be, looking at the world influences, trying to help move us to calmer waters and wanting the truth to come out and wanting to understand more about the money influences in our political system. So that's great. If our youth get out and vote more, that could impact our elections, whether they vote Republican or Democratic. To me, they're ready to have their voices heard. So thank you for tuning in today, and I will also be taking a look at women voters later.